Happy New Year and welcome back to Adrian's Avenue, your destination to making better decisions for a better life. It is that time again, a brand new year standing right in front of us, and it's our time to wash the slate clean, have a great start to this new year, and level up our financial game. Let's get rid of those financial things we didn't do so well last year and embrace new opportunities to level up our game and make more money this year. We'll be talking about budget still, of course, because you know that's my favorite word. We will talk about some investment strategies. And if you just need some good old money motivation, this is where you want to be, because I'll be giving that to you also. So stay tuned. Now, there are definitely some things we want to do in January to make this year start out right. But let me warn you, stay to the end of the video because I have some super tips that I use myself that will help me in December. So stay tuned for that. But the first thing we want to do in January, if you didn't do it sometime last year, is go ahead, go online and get your Social Security report to make sure that if you're contributing to Social Security, they are getting that money for you. You can go on ssa.gov and it'll be linked below, where you can go in and look at how your Social Security is being put into your account, how much as you make more and more money, how they're calculating that, just to make sure they have everything they need and that you won't be in trouble when it comes time to get that Social Security if it's still around. But this is something we need to check on for ourselves. No one is going to do it for us because really no one really cares whether we have it or not. So make sure you go out there. If it's yours, you've been contributing to it, they need record and they need accurate record, and this is your job. Do it in January and get it over with. You can do it every January, but that's one thing we want to do at the beginning of this year. The next thing you want to do, if you did not do it sometime last year, you can get a free annual credit report at annualcreditreport.com. This is something absolutely free. You can get it once a year from the three reporting bureaus out there. And so that would be Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. You can get these reports. You want to go and check your credit report. Now, on the credit report, it won't have your credit score, but it will have things that have been reported on your credit as far as your payments that are being made, what's late, and if there's been anything put on your credit report that doesn't belong to you. You want to check that out for sure. And the best way, or the easiest way, or the most valuable way of handling this is when you go in, order one report every 3 months. Because you can get all three of them one time a year, you can order one in January, then you can wait and order one in April, and then wait and order one the next quarter. And then when it's January again, you can start all over. That way, these agencies, they report a little differently as far as your credit score is concerned, but the things that on there are probably pretty similar. So as I said, it will report everything, your payments that you're being made, and you should be concerned about this because you can stop things that should not be on your report once you get it in your hands and look at it, okay? If you want the actual credit score, there's a fee that you probably have to pay, but just for the simple credit report, you can get that for free. So do that in January. Just ask for one of them, and then 3 months later, ask for the other one. 3 months later, ask for the other one, and you will keep up with things as you go through the year. But this is great for us to keep up with what we're doing and what's on our credit report. Another thing that's critical to your finances and everything else that you have out there on the internet world is to go in and change your passwords. This really should be done about every 90 days, and it will help with people hacking into your account and doing things to your account that they shouldn't do. People are out there and they're getting smarter, wiser every day. And so this is something that you want to take care of. If you have to write them down somewhere or put them in a secure place, change your password, because if you have, especially if you have the same password for several apps or several accounts, you want to go in and change them, because people will get them and they can possibly break in and start doing things to your account. It could be your bank account, you know, so you want to protect yourself, protect your money, protect your valuable information, because people prey on you. And this is what they do. They sit down and figure out how to do this stuff. out of all the things that they could be doing and making the world a better place and making themselves more useful, they want to hack into your account. So go in and change the things that you need to change, the passwords, and keep up with that. January is a great month to start it out and start it out right. It is January, you guys, and if you haven't joined the crew, hit that like button and that subscribe button and make some comments. I love to see your comments. I love to read your comments. So do that. But you need to get on the bandwagon. There's good information being shared here, and I want you to get every little bit of it. Now, there's one thing that I want you to do for yourself this year. I know we talk about goals a lot, financial goals and the things that you want to do, health goals, wealth goals. We talk about that a lot. But I want you to actually prioritize some things that you really want to get done this year. Pick one or two of those goals out and prioritize them. What am I meaning? I'm meaning when you get your paycheck in or when things come up that you might want to buy, think about, is this a priority of mine or is this something that I just want? There are specific things that you want to do this year and you need to make them a priority and keep those at the top of the list. Before anything else, keep those at the top of the list. It may be prioritizing something like your health. You want to become healthier. How do you do that? Go to the gym and work out, do some walking, do some weightlifting, do some things like that. Eating better, eating the right things, cutting down on sugar, maybe cutting down on salt, maybe enhancing your body with supplements that you're not getting from your food, eating healthier food, eating raw food, fasting sometimes, drinking more water. There are things that you can do to help your health. And we all know some of these things, but we just don't do them. But if it's a priority, even if in January you start, make it a priority. And once you get on a routine, make that priority throughout the year. Or if you think I got it going well, go to your second priority and start working on that. But don't give up on your first priority. But we need to not just ho-hum, put a lot of things down on a list and say, these are my goals for the year, but let's pick some of them out and make them the priority that we really want to focus on for this year. Okay, whether it's money, health, wealth, whatever it is in your life, I want you to be intentional about something, which means that when you focus on that goal, you have to run toward it. Things are just not going to happen just because you wake up in the morning and my name is Adrian Earls, it's all going to come to me. No, it's not going to happen like that. I knew back in 2023, one of the lessons I learned, that if I wanted to actually make more money in real estate, I would have to be intentional about the things that I did. Once you retire from a full-time job, your day is yours. If you don't want to wake up and do anything, that's all on you, and nobody's going to tell you you're wrong, right? Because it's your life, you do what you want to do. The hardest lesson that I had to learn was to get up and start moving in the direction, be intentional to move in that direction that I knew I wanted to go in to accomplish some of my goals. That's lesson number one from 2023. I know that now. It's up to me. It's 2024 and I'm going to be intentional. I am intentional every day about what I get up, what my schedule is about, what I want to focus on, but I have to go out there and get it myself. It's some things that I need to do to get it. It's not going to fall in my lap by any means. Even if the market changes and people just start buying houses out the wazoo like they were a couple of years ago, I still need to be intentional. So there's things that you want that you can go after, but you have to put one foot in front of the other, take the steps to get there, but be intentional about things. You know that there's some things you like to do, some things you don't like to do. And the things that you like to do, you're going to make a plan and you're going to do those, But the things that you don't like to do, you're probably going to blow those off. So be intentional about something, whatever it is. Pick one thing, pick two things, become intentional and go after it because you can meet that goal. Now, this one, sometimes I'll admit, even I get caught off guard on this one. But there are some months in the 12-month cycle that are big money months. December is one of those big money months for me. Things happen in December that don't happen all during the year. And some of them I save for because I know they're coming, such as property taxes. A lot of people pay taxes at the end of the year if you don't have them taken out of your payment during the year. But there are property taxes that I pay. There are certain subscriptions that come due at the end of the year. There are certain domains on GoDaddy that come due at the end of the year. There are just certain groups that I've joined, and it's time to renew those at the end of the year. There's some real estate stuff that gets renewed at the end of the year. December is a huge money month for me. And because I know I'm going to pay property taxes, I plan for that. These other things, they don't necessarily slip in on me, but they come due and I haven't necessarily planned for them like I should have. So one tip that I will give you, whatever month it is, if there's a big birthday month, big anniversary month, and Christmas comes in December too. But if there's a month during the year or a couple of months during the year, you know they're going to be heavy money months, go ahead and plan for those things. Even if you put some type of fund or savings in place where, you know, you're going to give maybe have some extra money coming in or some extra money saved for December. A Christmas savings is great, but you may want to have another $1,000 or $2,000 saved for December, because you know some things are going to come up like they do every year. And unless I cut the subscriptions off that I need, December is a big month for me. January is probably my second biggest month, because the things that I didn't subscribe to in December, I probably did in January. Now, some of these have to do with my businesses, and so they're paid out of that. But all that being said, you know, or you may forget what comes up during some of your big money months. Look at your budget, because it's on my budget. That's all I have to do is look at the budget, and I will know exactly what months are the big money months. But go ahead and plan for those big money months, and it will help you come out a lot smoother during the year. Now for some bonus super tips that Adrian does. What I do is throughout the year, I will spend money, my cash money, and the change that I get from it, everything except for the pennies, I will just throw in a jar somewhere. And I continue to throw in the jar. I'll empty it out either daily or at the end of the week. And I just continue to throw that money. So at the end of December, I have a pile of change. In January, I'll take it to the bank, my credit union, and put it in the coin machine. And whatever it comes out as, it may be $60, $70, it may be $100 or over $100, depending on how diligent I was to put my change in there. And it's just loose change that I'm spending money, cash money throughout the year, and just throwing it in there. And whatever comes out, I can either go out, have a nice dinner, or I can put it in some other kind of savings. And normally, I'll be honest with you, I go and eat and spend that money and have a nice dinner, because I reward myself for saving that change all year long. And my bills are paid, so there's nothing that I really need to put that money on. So I'll go out, have a nice dinner or two, depending on how much it is. But this is a great money hack. If you spend cash money and you get some change, just throw it in a jar somewhere and keep throwing it in that jar all 12 months. And then at the end of the 12 months in January, go cash it out, and that money is yours to do with it what you will. The next tip I'm going to give you is, if you are going to save for Christmas, start your Christmas fund in January. That way you can plan out each of 12 months. If you want to save $1,200 for Christmas, that's $100 a month. It's done and over with. You know that that's what you need to do. So when Christmas time runs around, you have that $1,200. Now that's one tip. The other tip, what I do is I use my credit cards and get the money on my credit cards all year long. All year long, I'm using credit cards, paying them off every month, not paying an ounce of interest on it. And at the end of the year, I'll have a certain amount that I can use for Christmas. This past year, that amount was $600. I had saved up enough and didn't go in and cash out any of that money. I had saved up enough where I could use $600 for Christmas. And so I had that free money, because it is free money, because I didn't pay an ounce of interest on that money. I just used my credit card, paid it off every month, and used the credit card company to get $600 out of them. And I'm proud to say that I did it like that. So this is another hack that you could use during the year, just to make sure you pay it off every month, so you're not paying them money to use their money. And then at the end of the year, take whatever you have. Sometimes there's free flying miles, airline miles, but my cards are ones where you can get money off of them, or you can go in and buy gifts on one of them. but I use this, and you know, you can keep it in there as long as you want to. I could keep it in there 2 or 3 years. It never expires, but I pull it out every year and use it for my Christmas shopping. So that's another hack that you can use. I am excited about 2024. Come along for the ride. We're going to be hitting many budget topics. We're going to be hitting money topics. We're just going to be talking about things that will help you make better decisions for a better life. Help you steward your money now so that you can go to the next level when it comes time to either retire, go into business, or whatever it is you want to do. You want to be good and solid on the money. And these are things that we talk about and we face on a daily basis. So this is the channel to stay subscribed to. If you get the video, see I'm coming on, go ahead and come on and watch me. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be fun. And I want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart from all you did last year. You guys have really upped the channel, and I just really enjoy talking to you. I like coming in. I love your comments. I really like your comments. So keep giving me those comments. I love to read them, and hang in there with me for the ride for 2024.